You know what's strange? Poor people love discounts. Middle-class people chase best value, but rich people? They often avoid cheap things completely, not because they can't afford them, but because they understand something most people never notice. And once you see it, you'll never look at cheap the same way again. Imagine two men walking into a store. One buys a $20 shoe, the other buys a $200 shoe. Most people instantly think the second guy is wasting money. But here's the twist. The cheap shoe breaks in 6 months. The expensive one lasts 5 years. Now calculate it carefully. The poor man keeps buying again and again, while the rich man buys one and moves on. Suddenly, the expensive shoe becomes cheaper. That's the first secret rich people understand. Cheap things often cost more in the long run, but it gets deeper than money. Rich people don't just buy products, they buy peace. A cheap phone freezes. A cheap chair destroys your back. A cheap employee creates expensive mistakes. A cheap client wastes your time. And rich people know something terrifying. Your time is more expensive than the product itself. That's why wealthy people happily pay more to avoid stress, delays, and problems. Because every cheap thing comes with a hidden bill. And this is the secret. Sometimes the bill is frustration, sometimes wasted time, sometimes regret. Now here's where it becomes psychological. Poor people ask, how much does it cost? Rich people ask, what will this cost me later? That single question changes everything. Because cheap things often steal invisible things from your life. Energy, focus, confidence, reputation. And rich people protect those things like treasure. Look carefully at successful people. They buy high-quality mattresses because sleep affects performance. They buy reliable cars because breakdowns waste time. They invest in good education because knowledge pays forever. Even billionaires spend huge money on simple things like private chefs, trainers, and assistants. Why? Because they're not buying luxury. They're buying efficiency, and efficiency creates more money. But here's the most dangerous trap. Cheap things feel good instantly. That discount gives your brain dopamine. You feel smart. You feel like you saved money. But sometimes you actually purchased future pain at a lower price. And companies know this. That's why the world is filled with products designed to be replaced quickly. Cheap today, expensive tomorrow. It's a cycle that quietly keeps people stuck. Now listen carefully. Rich people are not rich because they spend less. They become rich because they spend strategically. They focus on value, not price. And once you understand this, you stop asking, what's the cheapest option? Instead, you start asking, what choice improves my life the most? That mindset shift alone can completely change your future. Because in the end, cheap things don't always save money. Sometimes, they steal your time, energy, confidence, and growth so slowly, you don't notice until years later. And that's exactly why rich people avoid them. If you accept the reality, then you also chose like rich people. Hope this video changed your thoughts. If yes, then hit the subscribe button for more videos.